So, if I told you that the UK and France are rivals, to put it mildly, you wouldn't be surprised, right? But if I told you that the French were the biggest visitors to the UK in 2017, making, according to the British government, about 10% of the country's visitors. That should tell you a little bit of how these two countries depend on one another today. And with over 150 Brits living in France, we have to ask ourselves, how will Brexit affect France? First, let's take a look back. So, in the past, let's say that France and England have never been the best of friends. From the 100-year war in the 14th and 15th century, to the failed trade blockade to the English, which led Anglo-Portuguese forces to liberate Spain and restore balance to Europe in the 19th century, we can say that the two countries didn't really like each other. But then, Germany happened in the 20th century, and after two world wars, and after being invaded, France was like, you know what, being attacked by Germany every 20 years is not the best thing in the world, which led to the creation of the European Economic Community, along with West Germany, Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands and Luxembourg, with the UK joining at a later date, in 1973. Nowadays, however, both countries are intertwined economically, with France owning British brands like Beefeater and Hamleys, and the UK investing and thriving in France with companies like Gardner Aerospace and Stagecoach. But it isn't all good. After Brexit, what negative impact will it have on the EU's biggest country? As I already discussed in the last video, the big economies of the EU will suffer the most, and France is not an exception, with a predicted GDP loss of about 2.2%, which translates to a loss of about 425 million euros annually. North of France, that has strong economic ties to the UK, will suffer the most, in particular the automotive sector, that has major concerns regarding future relations with the UK, because for example the car maker Toyota, which has a factory in the north of France, ships 13% of its series to the UK. They are also concerned, and I hope I'm saying this right, about the port of Calais. If the UK leaves the single market and customs union, the customs authorities will have to treat the UK like any other third country, for example, by applying the common customs tariff to goods originating in the UK. This could have a negative impact on the fluidity of trade flows between the port of Calais and Dover, and possibly drive the unemployment up in this region. Hauts-de-France is home to the main European center for treatment and processing of sea products. Along the region's coastline, nearly 170 fishing businesses produce a revenue of close to 80 million euros, with a fleet of around 190 vessels providing nearly 900 on-board jobs. Wholesaling and processing of sea products provides 5,000 jobs in 150 companies. Thus, significant effects are to be expected in the case of a hard Brexit. Those are just some of the ways that the UK leaving might affect negatively the French. But it isn't all bad. Without the UK, the EU as a whole will lose, that's a fact. However, some countries like France might benefit from it. For example, according to a French lobby group, an estimated 3,500 jobs are likely to be created from the transferring of some big name companies like the US assets management giant BlackRock and the bank Citigroup, which already stated they will move activities from London to Paris, and additionally 20,000 indirect jobs might be created in the French capital. However, Paris has some competition, like Frankfurt or Dublin, but President Macron, a former investment banker, is pushing hard to make France more attractive to foreign investors, for example by ending a wealth tax on financial assets and a new flat tax on capital income, including dividends and interest payout. Story short, Paris is looking pretty good for companies to change its place of operations from London to Paris, and with companies like Airbus, BMW and Siemens warning they might leave the UK after Brexit, this could be a big positive change for France. Also, if the pound devaluates like it is expected, French companies might take advantage and build plants in the UK, buy products cheaper from there, which might help the British economy recover a little. Very important too, remember that France was the country with the most visitors to the UK in 2017? Well, that number could also go up from 10% to 15 or 20, who knows, if the UK gets cheaper, tourism will boom. So in the short term, we might see some negative impact of Brexit. However, in the mid-term, France and to a lesser extent Britain might benefit from Brexit and a more united EU, but then only time will tell. What do you think? Are you French? Have you seen any changes since Brexit was announced? We'd like to know. And as always, thanks for watching.